have a great opportunity to go to North Carolina to get some cattle. Boy, I couldn't find a better way to spend our Sunday. I'm Tim Westmoto. Let's go have some fun. I'll definitely do it again. I can't go over 70 miles an hour for some reason. That's without the cows.
The drive.
The drive is boring.
You're thinking about the race next week?
Boring. Race video. We're doing a farm video this time. So this is what you're gonna get. Just driving. That's it. That's what it's all about. You just drive. Drive around. Just like this. I'm waiting to get pulled over because we're not technically legal. So that's exciting.
I think we're done for right now.
I think the race videos are a lot more exciting. So let me tell you something about Piney Woods calves. Not just the cows, the calves. They're a little tougher, a little more prideful than the other cows that we had. If you ever go to wrestle one, don't do it. You'll lose. I'll take 4 of you, and you will lose. We went to pick up 4 cow calf pairs. It's a cow with a calf, and one that's pregnant. We ended up with 1 cow calf pair, mainly because we couldn't get the calf basically in the truck. Couldn't do it. There's 4 of us. We had it on the ground. We had it all tied up, and it just wasn't happening. And it's a heifer, which is a female. It's not even a bull. If you ever want to wrestle a calf, and you think you're a tough guy, you'll lose. And we're gonna have to come back next week or next weekend, or whenever we can get the time to pick the other pair up. Side note: you're traveling on the interstate or anywhere, and you see a trailer with any kind of animals in it, don't get up on their ass like it's cool with your phone out trying to video. I can't see when that happens. It happened 10 minutes ago. This chick was I couldn't see her car at all. She was so close to our trailer trying to get a look at that. I don't care. You want to see? Okay. Get up alongside, right? Yeah, see? They're looking too. It's not a big deal. Everybody's going to enjoy it. It's cool. But go on, move on with your life. Don't ride my ass like it's cool because it's a hazard. And chances are the cow's going to end up taking your windshield. Nothing I can do about that. Okay? Yeah. So we made it back. You guys ready? Piney Woods came from Spain.
The original cattle that made the Piney Woods came from Spain. They were brought over here in the 1500s when they settled here, and those cattle were kept in the southeast and basically left to fend for themselves with the really early farming settlers, and they were basically set loose in the very scrubby, swampy southeastern woods, and the ones that lived off of the land okay and survived, those are the ones that bred
And flourished.
and created the Piney Woods. They took some of those cows them up, and they made the Longhorns from those cows. And then they took them a little bit further south to Florida and made the Florida Cracker cattle.
So the Piney Woods are currently on the endangered heritage breed list. These are the only ones, like I mentioned earlier, when we released them from the trailer, literally the only ones in Virginia, which is a huge step for these guys and for us here because we're going to breed them. Tulu here is supposed to be pregnant, which is extremely exciting. The other two we're getting is another cow-calf pair. We're going to breed them also, get a decent herd going here in Virginia. That way more and more people can get into these guys because they're awesome. You can see they're still pretty big, but they're not as big as the Holstein's going to get over there. They're extremely wholesome when it comes to thick wooded areas like this. They eat all of the gross, nasty, thick underbrush and everything to clear out woods to make it very good for hunting season. I think it's extremely cool that we have this opportunity to do this with especially this type of cattle, seeing as everybody is stuck on Black Angus and not really trying to help these guys get back out here.
Commercial breeds like the Black Angus and the Hereford and those breeds, they are designed pretty much to eat exclusively plains type grass. So people have to rip up their native pasture like here and plant specific grasses for the Angus to live on. The Angus can't actually eat any of this scrubby stuff like these guys can actually eat this stuff. So it makes a difference for the environment to have where you're not sort of forcing nature to work against itself, so to speak. These guys actually do extremely well with very little care in our area.
It makes an extremely big difference, especially here on our farm, because everything we do is pesticide and chemical free. You will never find any of that stuff out here in our soil or in anything that we grow or any of the animals that we raise here. We want to thank Ozark Acres, Mike and Sue, for giving us that opportunity. Maybe with some time we'll get an interview with them or get them in here to talk about how they raise Tulu here and how they do with their farm and all of that good stuff. The new edition is extremely exciting. We have 2 more coming. I'm sure Tulu here is especially going to be excited about it because it's her sister to be here, and she's been extremely vocal on not having her herd out here. So when we get them out here, I'm sure she'll be pretty excited and happy. So once these guys, the 3 over there, get big enough, we'll eventually get them all together in the same pen, probably out in this larger area. So one more thing, why do we have so much electric fence when we could just have cattle panel, barbed wire, or something of that liking?
The electric fence is significantly cheaper. 12-gauge wire and an electric charger and insulators, the plastic insulators that go on the posts, and the posts are just rebar, easily half the price of actually putting up permanent fencing. It also allows us to be here for a while and get used to the way we move animals and where rain falls and where's wet and where's dry, and kind of get an idea of where we want to put permanent fencing. Because if you just come in on a property and you put permanent fencing up and you don't really know the ins and outs of how it works, you're going to regret it later, and it's very expensive to then go back and move it.
And a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, big pain.
It is extremely hard to keep goats in anywhere. So we put 5 strands of electric fence up, wanted to see how that would do, and besides that one going underneath the gate whenever she wants, everybody else has pretty much cooperated. And let me tell you something, I've been tagged by this fence before on accident when we were banding the steers over there when they were still bulls. Kind of wrestling around with one, it bumped into the fence and got both of us. We both ran in the same direction. Pretty sure we said the same cuss words. This is one section for the barn, a bigger section for the larger goats, training session for the electric fence. For the new livestock, the goats were in here and now the Piney Woods are. And then back there is the front field near the house, and then the other section with the new fence. She's still getting used to everything. What we need to do now is get this guy, a little 2-stroke. Basically, we have to trim some of his tail off.
Rip it out.
Just his hair. He'll be fine. To send up California, basically to make sure that his daddy is his daddy. That way when we have resale paperwork to fill out for his genetics, that we have proper information and we can sell him as a pure bloodline Boer goat from Africa, because that's what all these ladies and that young man is. Man of the year, he gets to breed with all these lucky ladies and give us all kinds of baby Boer goats that we can sell and eat and use for milk and do all kinds of cool stuff with. It's their little run-in shelter. We built this not too long ago for him. Just to get out of the weather. She has a habit coming under the fence because that's her sister. She's in here and she just kind of comes and goes as she pleases. Not a big deal. We have two of these guys. These are Jersey steers. They'll be with us for a little over a year, and then, well, that's gonna be it. Good introduction because they're spunky. They have a lot of heart, and they're a very good starter cow to have. Steers especially. Now this one, she was our first cow. She's a Holstein, or like my buddy Mike likes to say, a Brostein. We're halter training her. She'll get probably 1,500–1,600 pounds if we let her. They get extremely big, but she, as you can see, is very docile. She likes to be rubbed. She's very friendly. She's not like the other cows who do not really like to get rubbed a whole lot. And they're pretty jumpy.
3 months old? 4 months old?
Now she is a heifer, not a cow, because she is yet to give us any kind of calf. So when we decided to buy this place, for everybody that wanted to know, we want to do a homestead, self-sustainable farm, and basically everything that's green that you see, besides a few plants here and there, the goats will eat, cows will eat. Everything is going to regrow, reseed, and feed our livestock. It's hard to start up, but once it gets going, kind of the way it is now, we'll end up breeding these guys and using them for meat and resell and all kinds of good stuff. So eventually we can quit our jobs and just live here, and none of you guys will see us ever again. This place set for over 10 years with one guy living in the house. He didn't take care of the fields or anything or the property, he just kind of lived in the house. The previous owners before that ran a commercial bus line out of this house. That's why the garage is so long and tall. They had pigs in here in the barn. We've done a whole lot of work rebuilding everything. It's extremely common to see black snakes in here in the summertime, where we keep the sick animals now, and a majority of the hay. So if they're not sick and you're not hay, you're not allowed in here. Although we keep the doors open in case it's a really bad thunderstorm or something outside. Just like the run-in shelters we have for them out here. If the weather's bad, they'll go in their little shelters and they'll hang out.
Just for the goats, because the goats don't do well in the wet. Because they're from Africa and it's not that wet there. Cows don't actually need any shelter.
Because each one of them has a different personality. All of this was extremely overgrown. It was very poorly kept. Not much of that, you guys. It was growing up probably 5–6 feet. This is the front section of our property near the road. It's probably about 15 acres. When we bought the place, we decided we were going to rebuild it. Not only the house, but the property as well. What we ended up doing, first thing was getting a tractor, plowing these fields, and basically getting them ready to be reseeded so we can grow some kind of food for the animals that we were planning on getting. Now at the time we didn't know we were going to get the animals that we have now. We knew we had an idea of what we wanted, but it wasn't set. It was just an idea, kind of like everything else when it comes to building a farm. Now once again, everything field-wise that's cleared, that has green grass in it, we've spent many hours and a whole lot of time, days, hours, time on both the tractors, cutting, plowing, reseeding thousands of dollars worth of seed just to grow some grass. But it's pretty good grass. It's delicious. The cows will love it, and so will the goats. Going around in this section, we just put up, I mean Miss 10 West Farm. I had no part in this. The box generated in the beginning over 19,000 volts, and we've added a little over 4 miles of electric fencing on the box, and now on a good day like today with the sun out and it's dry, it's a little over 11,000 volts, which is way more than enough to keep everything out that you want out and everything in that you want to keep in, especially the goats. Now back through the trees, our property goes back, and the tall trees about 100 yards in each area. It kind of is a rectangle, comes back through here, and all the way up front where we were just at. And that's where I have the trails for the bikes. Come in right over here, come all the way through the woods, and then out through that little section. And you guys have seen everything back there on my other videos. All of this, like I said, was really grown up, especially back here where those pine trees, the shorter pine trees are at. We cleared a lot of that stuff out. It took a lot of time, a lot of effort to get it looking the way it is now. So we can have these guys come in and basically raise them for meat or resell or breeding, everything that they were meant to be. We also have rabbits, these guys, and volunteer tomato plants due to the dog. Basically, we breed them and eat them. That's how it works. We don't make any money off of them. We don't sell them because there's really no money to make off of rabbits. So we'll probably end up fizzling this section out. But it was a good start before we moved here to get some rabbits, try it out, breeding and use it for meat and everything. They're extremely healthy. There's literally no fat on them. Actually, if you only eat rabbit, you'll end up starving to death because they don't have enough fat and nutrients in them to basically survive. So you'll feel full, but literally you're starving.
That's the thing. England, somewhere in Europe, is in like the 1800s or something, it actually happened when people were living off of rabbit and they were starving to death because there wasn't enough fat. I don't know the exact details, so don't quote me on that, but it's a thing, it happened. Because rabbits actually do get fat, they have fat, but it builds around their organs. So when you butcher them, you'll see that there's fat around their organs, but there's no fat attached to the actual meat at all. So zero.
And believe it or not, rabbit tastes a whole lot like chicken. I know that sounds funny, but it definitely does. It tastes like an extremely good chicken. If you've ever had an extremely good chicken, just think of rabbit tasting a lot better than that. Same consistency, same type of meat, just a little smaller. And this is the best part of the farm right here. It's been many summer naps taken in this hammock.
Supposed to be doing something, I'm sure.
Yep. Nothing like a quick nap, you know? Work still gets done.
4-hour nap.
A quick 4-hour nap. So our house was built in 1900, has a whole lot of character. It's had 62,000 additions put on it. We are in the middle of remodeling everything and we're leaning more towards tearing it down and rebuilding it. Building something new, like a rancher, something that doesn't have an upstairs. I'm sure I'll put more of these videos out because I'm going to run out of winter time. Season's going to be over. Although the VXCS in November is still going to be going. I'm going to a race in November, I think the 17th for the VXCS. We're going to be racing that. It's going to be awesome. It's near Danville, Virginia. I've never raced outside the VCHSS, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm hoping to get into a couple other racing series while the VCHSS is not going on. And then we have the Hangover Hare Scramble that's in like February, I think January, February, with snow and ice. So that should be pretty fun. And then we'll be out here on the farm.